Hello everybody. This is Mr. MMW and I'm coming back to you with another game that I am checking out. I have no idea if I'm going to do a full series on this, but I guess we shall see. Maybe you will know in the future. Today we're gonna be checking out Rule the Waves 3. If we begin with a new game, now I have played the previous two games, and of course, before it was only the 1900s start. Now they have added two more. This one in particular, this is a change that I actually quite like. The start in 1890 that I'm going to do exactly that. Today we are gonna be picking as Japan. We shall see what we are able to do. Hopefully defeating the Russians, hopefully defeating the Chinese. Well, we don't really have much of a choice in this, but let us see. Now I have what I have found to be the best settings over here is to make the fleet size be larger. This is about what realistic outcomes, generating realistic outcomes, at least in battleship number size. About 90 or 100% research rate, just so older ships don't become super old super fast, harsher pistols, and slow aircraft development, because honestly aircraft have always been kind of shit in this game. But there you go. Let us start. And let me switch. And banana. And there you go, now we are in the game. Now, if you are incredibly intimidated by this, or it looks like absolute dog shit, please do not press Control W right now, because I will teach you how to make this game a bit more playable. Firstly, if your retinas are burning right now, one of the first things you should do, at least in this screen, is go into the preferences, sound and audio, and use custom colors. Personally, I like picking blue, dark blue, and yellow. Perhaps not this one, actually. Perhaps this one. They're actually the same. But this is a lot more bearable on the eyes. I'm not going to be using this for YouTube though, because it doesn't show as well as, in-game. Secondly, what the hell am I looking at? Firstly, in case this is your first entry into the series, I'm not gonna be super anal about this, but well, this is a naval building program game. Let me put it this way. Some people play it as something else. It does have, of course, tactics, ship tactics in this game, and ship designs, stuff like this, You can see the ships, but honestly, considering it is a paint simulator, I would not exactly advise playing it for the graphical quality of this game. But this is the big map. Here are the tabs. This is information about your country. Here, your funds, of course, very useful. Dock size, very useful. I'm gonna expand it right away. The year, of course. Shipyard. And here are all the buttons that you will be using to do stuff. And as we get through the game, we are gonna be using all of them. I'm not gonna do a tutorial right here. But just to showcase, these are the ships that we have. We can put them all in reserve because we are at peace. This is our relations with other nations. We can click this button to see all the other nations' relations with each other. And when you reach 10, you go to war. That's how it works. You are essentially the naval minister of your nation. At Japan, we are essentially playing as Togo. So, that is what we shall do. These are the ships that we have begun the game with. I do not really know why they removed the option for a manual fleet building program, but whatever. And these are the ships in construction, submarines, coastal fortifications, ships sunk, whatever areas. This is for foreign tonnage on foreign stations, because when you have colonies, especially like Great Britain, you need garrisons, and you essentially put ships on garrisons to fulfill that need, or otherwise you lose prestige. And if you go to 0 prestige, that means you are fired and it's game over. Another new thing about this game is the officers. These officers are new. I am not entirely sure how they work as of yet, but presumably they are somewhat intuitive. Another new thing is the division editor. So if we can make a new division, for example, a battleship division, like this, we can expand them all, add ships to division, and we can add a battleship. We can also add a cruiser. This is an armored cruiser. We can add our 2 heavy cruisers. We can also make a light cruiser division and add all our light cruisers. Oh, 5 actually, not all of them. Let me make another one. There you go. And we're gonna be filling them out, of course. These are frigates. Of course, we cannot. They're not big enough for us to do anything with, but these are essentially merchants, right? Merchant protection. Now the use of this is that in battle, when the battles are auto-generated by the AI, essentially, they match the AI ships against your ships, and the random number generator comes up with some combination of their cruiser division facing off against your cruiser division. That is essentially how battles are fought over here. So if you make a good division and combination of divisions, you can also assign, for example, the role. This one is going to be the flagship. This one is going to be, let's say, 4. This means that it follows them in line. Meanwhile, this one can be support. And this one, because it's just one, can be a scout. Very nice. Research. This works exactly like as you would expect. You allocate a percent of the budget. 12% is the max. And you pick what the area that you want to research. I would recommend doing this. There you go. These are the naval guns that we have researched so far. Otherwise, take a look at my gameplay options. I would say this is pretty much the best you can do. Actually, captain's mode is perhaps better for a new player, since you lose control the higher difficulty you go for, which is kind of counterintuitive, but taking direct control of your ships is actually much easier than just, letting the AI do it. Another important fact over here, looking at the almanac, you can see the budget of each nation, their fleet tonnage, and how many of each type of ship they have. Now, considering we are in 1890, the meta, if you will, is a very cruiser-focused shipbuilding plan for all the nations. There are no destroyers, very tiny, shitty torpedoes, which are mounted on battleships. And as you can see, Britain is the top dog over here. We are quite behind. We are above China and Spain, but behind the United States and Russia. Russia, of course, will decline in the future. And considering our position geographically, both Russia and China, and eventually France too, are gonna be our main rivals. I most certainly do not want to get into a war with Britain, because that is how you get fired. But in any case, let's take a look at our ships. Here, the AI designed ships for me. Now this is an illegal ship. This is a 3,300 ton battleship. Yeah, that is quite hilarious. This is, of course, going. Actually, I'm gonna mothball it straight away. Who cares? This armored cruiser is a bit more decent, a bit shitty armament, but good armor, actually. Of course, we have a tiny dock size, so we need to import ships for right now. We have another class of heavy cruiser. This one is very shit too. The Izumi. We have 4 of these ships. These are actually pretty decent. Take a look, 22 knots. That's good for this era. 2 inches of belt. That's average. And 8 5-inch guns. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Huh? Oh, I guess some of them are at these 3-inch guns. But okay. 8 5-inch guns. Not horrible. I would actually, prefer building these things. That's good. Another under construction, we have 2 more heavy cruisers, each with 2 8-inch guns. God damn it. That's really bad. And 2 of this Chiyoda class. The amazing. Our light cruisers, or these are technically protected cruisers, technically are more just equally armed in all regards to our armored cruisers. Fantastic, brilliant design work, may I say. But all of these ships will, of course, in the near future be completely outdated. But we have a bit of a budget left, and let us compare ourselves to the Chinese first. They are building 2 pre-dreadnoughts, and they have 2. We only have 1. We are ahead of them in armored cruisers. That's okay, good. We are ahead of them in light cruisers, and we are equal in frigates. So technically, right now, what we should do is contracting a big ship from Great Britain. But we cannot right now because we cannot afford it. So next turn it is. And also just the way that you essentially trigger a war with a country is you spy on them quite a lot and through events. But there you go. Let's go. We'll design a ship next turn. There you go. You get some news. None of that was really important, but here you go. Nothing new changed here, but we can begin designing our new pre-dreadnought. Because take a look at that. We can actually make a shitty 6,000 ton pre-dreadnought in Japan, but it would be very shit, very shit. Let's make it in Great Britain. Let's auto these designs until we find something we like. Let us go over here. So, where do we start over here? First of all, the displacement. Let's also take a look at these names. The Yashima, that will be our first battleship. We're gonna order it from Great Britain. We're gonna go for a maximum displacement. Of course, it's gonna be very expensive. This is the cost, and this is the weight. But we have the advantage that we only really need to fight in the Northeast Asia, so short range is perfectly fine. This essentially short range means you cannot move strategically while at war. So 16 knots is the average for this era. 12 inches of belt, that's pretty good considering we have 12-inch guns of our own in 4x4. I mean 2x2 turrets. This is the average for this era. A 2-inch deck. What the hell is this? No upper belt. Now this wouldn't be exactly a problem if we had all or nothing armor, but this is kind of a problem. Actually, I'm gonna re-roll. There you go. Just so I can. There you go. Just so I can get like an indication of what's normal, 18 knots, Jesus Christ. Go back to 16, short. But of course, they put the armor belt back down, so there you go. 12 inches of armor belt, normal coverage, belt extended, upper belt. Let's make it 6 inches. Deck. Just go with your guts on this. Honestly, that's your best bet. The AI does stupid stuff all the time, so you shouldn't feel too bad when you yourself do so. Not so many tertiary guns. There you go. So this is the armor, right? There you go. That's good. The accommodation you want is to be normal. You can choose the. We have 2 torpedoes. Very good. Let's put 12 6-inch guns. There you go. We can even zoom in on our ship over here. Very good. I don't like tertiary guns. They're pretty shit. And considering this is pretty much all I want from this ship, we can even reduce the tonnage until we reach parity. There we go. Can we actually reduce it one time? There we go. Perfect. So this will be Shikishima. Very good. And it will take 3 months. We cannot afford that. Okay. One more month, I guess. Let me do this. We halted these guys for a couple of 1 turn. And 1 turn is 1 month, right? And now we can go and open up the Shikishima. There we go. You have to get that error, you have to reselect the nation that you are importing from. There you go. And in 3 months, we can begin building it. Oh, and take a look at this. A colonial in China has risen. What should we do? We are prepared to fight, that's for sure. There we go. Very nice. There you go, we can continue. Oh, more stuff from China. We might actually get a war right off the bat. Oh, take a look at this. 10. We can actually go to war next turn even. That's pretty nice. Let me actually put you on reserve. And yeah, no. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. That's good enough for now. Stronger navy, very good. You can read all the stuff yourself, they're not really important. But and here we go, we can begin building our first real battleship. But pre-dreadnought even, but because this will not do. Yeah. Although I can, by the way, take a look at the battleships that China has. But what is this, man? Holy moly, take a look at this design. Man, Chinese in... I've never seen such a shit. What? 3 torpedo tubes. Man, the ship history. Amazing. But they got 2 of these things. They do have a thick belt, but we can outrun them in even a frigate, so... and how did they even build this? They have a dock size of 4,000, but they have 9,000 ton ships. Okay, they have 2 of them. They're building 2. Oops. And they're heavy cruisers. These are actually pretty good. Building Great Britain, so they have 1 from Great Britain, just like us. And 1 heavy cruiser building in Germany. Okay. Alright, I guess we can continue. We are at a bit of a deficit, but the economy is going to shit. as per usual. But we will not allow any limitation of our budget, although we will go bankrupt in a couple of turns. So let's not. Now, when you get low on money, actually, what the hell happened? I do not know, but we got a little boost of money. That's okay. But when you get low on money, what you do is you just halt these ships. There you go. They're still gonna be on the, shipyard. There you go. We can go next turn, next turn. Oh, ho, ho, ho. We can occupy South Korea. China is sending a force there. Ultimatum. There we go. We're going to war, boys. China occupied South Korea. I dare say this requires a bit of an intervention on our part. We can mobilize all of our ships. They're not gonna be quite ready yet, but we can put these guys on trade protection and you. So this is how many ships we need on trade protection. So 3, that's good. Save these guys. And these guys need over here, this is the status, active, trade protection, and this is working up. So they need, because they were in reserve, they need a little bit of time to, get up to speed. Right now the Chinese do have an advantage. So I'm going to say no to any kind of conflict immediately anyway. And only next turn will I try to make a move. Yeah, I'm gonna decline and decline and decline again. That's pretty bad, quite bad for our points. Our points decide the outcome of the war, over here, which is very bad, but what can you do? But now, next turn, we will indeed take the battle. A coastal raid. Okay. And here we are in the battle. We are on the same screen as the map, which is pretty cool. Our goal is to sink 2 ships. Amazing. We have been given one of our cruiser divisions and one of our heavy cruiser divisions. This is what I mean, by the way, when I say, the calculator. You can go to squad max, which is 18 knots. That's very shit. But supposedly there are ships going here, and this means that there is usually a convoy going through this area. So I'm going to go for it. Now there are a couple of buttons that they have added in this latest game. That is this button, which accelerates things to the fastest possible, and this, which essentially makes everything computer controlled, which is kind of a half-hearted response to the complaints of, shitty battle spam, because a lot of the times you will just get 1v1 cruiser battles, which, especially late game when you have tons of ships, can become really annoying. And this kind of speeds it up. But we can increase the speed. And by the way, these are the buttons that you should be having on. This is the torpedo range, visual range. What the hell is this? Main gun range. There you go. And this is the ship that you're on. When you hold control, shift and right click, you select the destination of your ships. And if you right click on your ships, you go to the division, you select many things over here, but you can control pretty much everything about your formation. This encourages torpedo attacks. So here we are near Tsushima. And we have received a report of one DD and one transport going east-southeast. So over here, which is interesting. Maybe bogus, but supposedly in that direction. Oh, hello, hello, we have found you. Oh, we're going at 18 knots. I was dumb. But a tiny one. Not a real convoy. Hello, buddy. How about you say hello to my guns? Do you like torpedoes by chance? No solution, okay. And we hit it a couple of times and she's gonna go down. But night is coming. The wind is blowing from that direction. Partly cloudy. Over here, yeah. You can see the time of day. What? Local time. Oh. 6 o'clock and it's already night. What the hell? Oops. What? Why are you detached? Actually, you know what? The AI is sometimes... you can cancel the AI. And a tip from me, the AI kind of cheats in knowing where the enemy is. So by letting the AI run a little bit, it's probably going to go towards the direction of the enemy. Hopefully. Because I do not know where the enemy is. We're going back to port. Amazing. Okay, so we missed each other. Well, you can say that this game is unrealistic. Where were they? Amazing. Oh, great, fantastic. The indicator told me here, but they were actually here. Well, can say that it is unrealistic for two fleets to meet each other, but it's certainly not a lot of fun to not have any action. But whatever. We try again. Convoy attack. The Chinese decline. Take a look at that. And here we go with enemy. What the hell? They moved their two battleships over here. Uh-huh. We can also, by the way, set invasion targets. Meaning that we shall invade South Korea soon enough. The Chinese decline. What the hell? Why do they decline though? Ah, weather. Here we go, a fleet battle. Yes, and it is actually a fleet battle. There you go. We're gonna be winning this war, and I think that'll be the end of the video. Hopefully. Oh, and it is night, and because it is night, our visibility is highly reduced. And this means that ships are going to get a lot closer. And when I say a lot closer, I mean ramming distance. Now, how about we do not ram the enemy? This is gonna be a bit of a... I may be the one actually losing this war, considering how we are starting. Do you guys know how to use torpedoes? Which ship is this? The Takachio. Do you know how to use torpedoes? No, you do not. I see they still have not fixed this bug. Unfortunate. Sucks to suck. Alright. We're gonna slow the speed down and see what the hell kind of mess we are in. Oh, Jesus Christ. They... One shot and they immediately destroy my turret. Amazing. Hey, how about you try to torpedo them? What the hell is this? I have no idea why it is not giving me my torpedo range indicator. Oh, because it doesn't have torpedoes. Why would it have torpedoes? Okay, let's not get torpedoed out ourselves. Do you have torpedoes? You have 4 torpedoes. Amazing. Let us chase this monster. Then again, I forget what kind of designs the Chinese are rocking. 1800 design, am I right? We can go a bit faster. There we go. You are on fire. Amazing. Well, and with 13 knots, it's not like we're gonna be doing exactly a lot of damage, but we are outnumbering them simply through sheer numbers, right? I mean, obviously, but with our heavy cruisers. I keep calling them heavy cruisers, but they are armored cruisers. And unfortunately, that's gonna be the end of the battle because yeah, they are running and our ships are kind of busted. Let me actually put them on auto. There you go. Yeah, and it's nighttime, so we're not going to be able to detect each other. Kind of shit situation, but ooh. Oh no, we lost an armored cruiser. No, that is not nice. That is not nice. But we shall win the war anyway. Am I right, boys? There you go. We lost an armored cruiser. Very, very, very bad. Luck was not on our side. Hey, but we just got 2 more. Ah, take a look. The new Russian battleship. Quite similar to our ship that we ordered from Britain. It's not good. But we just commissioned 2 armored cruisers, and we can even begin building another Shikishima. Let's name it Yashima. There you go. Oof. Anyway. So, our troops are embarking for Korea. And we are gonna be supporting them. Reach objective with 4 transports. There we go, boys. This is what we've been waiting for. Where are our transports? Over here. And where is the enemy? Over there, right in our path. Alright, boys. I have more faith in our heavy cruisers than in our one shitty battleship, so let's go. I believe we do have genetic superiority on our side, so don't forget our goal is to escort these guys, not only to win a battle. Oh, these guys are actually more south than I expected. Hello, please select. There you go. Now I wonder where his friends are. Now you can very much take care of these battleships with the smaller ships through fires, which is of course these battleships of this era anyway quite resistant, you know, to direct shell damage, but they are most certainly not resistant to fires. Damage control was not much of a thing back then. How about we fire some torpedoes too? I have actually been having, in the test games that I have been running, a bit of trouble getting my ships to fire torpedoes for some reason. Maybe I'm just not getting. This is incredibly close. Like, take a look. This is a couple 100 meters, so surely I can torpedo with this guy. Ah, here you go. Low. Now, low and high means the torpedo speed, right? And the number is the angle of attack. And there you go. We torpedoed. Oh, and this guy torpedoed too. Very nice. Very nice. Out of arc. Ooh. And she blew up. She blew herself. Very good. Battleship down. And now we only need to escort our guys, of course. And here they are. Now that's a great result, considering the Chinese only have 2 battleships, and they, of course. Huh? Oh, what the hell? 2? Okay, so we accomplished our objective, but they do have 2 fuel batteries over here. Let us knock them out while we are at it. These guys do contribute to our enemies having. Let us just stop. Park broadside. There you go. These guys do contribute to the defense of the enemy, so that's gonna be very good. Taking them out. They do seem to be silenced because we are not getting hit ourselves. And we didn't even take that much damage. Oh, they do actually still have ammo. Very good. And this may be the end of the war, essentially, after we capture Korea. Because we're gonna get a ton of damage. A ton of points, even. Of course, I am not gonna be able to demonstrate to you most of the features that have been added in Rule the Waves 3, because of course I'm beginning the game in 1890 even, meaning that the majority of things that have been added that are in the 1940s and even later, missile cruisers and such, are completely out of our reach right now. But, and let me know in the comments if you want me to create a series out of this. We can get all the way to there. I'm gonna be playing, of course, this game myself. If you have played Rule the Waves 2, honestly, I have not played this game enough to really give it a fair, analysis. Oh, there you go. We took South Korea. I have not played this game to give a complete analysis on whether this game is worth your money. But if you have enjoyed Rule the Waves 2, this is at the very least an equally good game, I would say. No? Let's get another engagement in. Why not? So 2 light cruisers, this is what I mean by the way. 2 light cruisers versus a battleship. Now, excuse me for being a coward, but actually I do have 4 torpedoes. And how fast? 15 knots. You know what? We might lose a light cruiser, but I'm quite tempted to do a, El Clasico Japanese maneuver over here. Oh, they are straight lining. Oh, we are hitting them. They are not hitting us. Oh, and they realize their mistakes, but a bit too late. We are much faster than they are. Although we are turning, so of course our speed is gonna decrease. Did we take a... No? Why the hell are we... Okay. Any day now, come on. How the hell are you outrunning us? Let me go. Let me do this. How? We... Come on, I wanna torpedo you. And this, of course, is... You know, the ships in this game are permanent, you know? Like, if you build a ship, you have a ship. It's not like, you know, other games where you... What's that game called? War in the... whatever. War on the Sea? Where the enemy gets points to just respawn ships, you know? The ships you have are the ships you have. And that's it. Let's try to torpedo you. Thank you. How about you? Not yet. Okay. There you go. If we manage to sink 2 battleships of the Chinese, that is of course going to be an incredible boost to, you know, both this war, of course, which we are going to win, but also future wars. Because China will, of course, be very much weakened by, you know, not having 2 battleships in the future. Come on, turn. Oh. Oh. Now we torpedoed it. Okay, fantastic. We kind of rammed it a little bit, but there we go. Hello there. Oh. And unfortunately a very inconclusive end, but we did destroy 2 of their 2 battleships. They destroyed 1 of our heavy cruisers. And we took South Korea. And this, of course, considering that we have nearly twice their budget now, we also took some money from them. We are now in a much better position face off against Russia and further to colonize China. But anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. See you next